Good morning. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered No More. I just announced on my main X account that a Mandela is being born. Here's my baby kitty brushing up against me because she heard me start talking. So she might, there she goes. Just winding around. John chapter 14. I just want to look at the first 4 verses because then Thomas decides to doubt. And I actually have a doubting Thomas in real life in my life. And yeah, I'm gonna keep fellowshipping. When I fellowship with that particular doubting Thomas, I'm going to need to pick up the book by Carl Jung and do a little artwork and get it up on some obscure blog. I have 11 or 12 of them. I'm not going to create a blog for Mr. Jung, and I have reasons for that have to do with the tribe Judah necessities. And the philosopher that is overcoming for tribe Judah is Rudolf Steiner. He has a voice that is very much like the Lord himself in the gospel record. His work, I'm finding out he had like a 40-book series, and it's in German. I think is the language, but I'm not positive. Some of it has been translated, much like the Bible, again. But my point is, his ways and means are taught, his ways of thinking are taught to children. And I've met a Christian woman at one of my main coffee shops whose children went to a Waldorf school. And there is an abiding understanding with Rudolf Steiner that I don't want to leave. And since I'm finding out he's got quite a few books, I have 2 of them, 3, but that's the point. The 3rd book is a little tiny thing that is a part of the large work that's in the other language. And it's a year of participation is what he calls it. He understood the necessity of participation in the evolution of our souls, the Gamut, G-A-M-U-T. And there is an abiding there, which I am pretty sure that he was a fairly solitary figure. And I have people in my life that believe the words of Jesus here. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, and that where I am, there you may be also. Okay. Most Christians in the modern day, particularly if they were, as I was, but I was controlled. I didn't know how. I had to break free to think my own political thoughts. And it has caused schisms. But if I think that I'm the only person that's been through that, then I have blinders on. And the Lord in the gospel record talks about people that are blind as well, and I'm not blind. And I have the scars to prove it. I just this morning had to uplift someone who's struggling with the shifts. he was a longtime Republican, like my parents. So these people don't like to look at the consequences to some of the things that we were all forced to live with in the Republican Party and the evangelical strict movements of Protestant churches. Certainly, I feel that there were more freedoms in Protestant churches than Catholic churches, if I'm going to compare like that in the dogma. And I guess I'm going to today. And baby Kitty is still here. If I put a little bit of cream in my cup there, these were, I purchased these, but now I think I purchased the platter. I think my mother had the sugar and the cream and some of the cups. Then I got some of them. I still need some of this. So I can't do that right now, but I will in the future, and that brings me joy to think about. I need to paint again. I've got some things in my life that I need to paint again, but I can't. I'm not big enough right now, is how I feel. And, I'm sitting in my closet doing this. And that, with the person I was helping today, that's what I said. I was like, look, COVID, please try to stop projecting. COVID did this to some degree. To other degrees, some of what I'm bumping up against is Republican human nature of a long-standing faithfulness. Let me say that again. I am dealing with Republican of a long-standing nature. And I've had to and continue to have to practice new habits because of this fact, because I was enmeshed in it by the age of 7. And you need to understand that there were very viable ministry deliverances in my family, my 4-member family, and on the Earth core. I've seen my father on this side. He has the ability to infill people around me, men, older men. I've seen my brother, but it's different with my brother because he's not an infilling sort. He's in real life back. I get my dead back. Hebrews 11. It's different with my brother. And I faced these facts as Sorceress Tara years ago. But there is an ache that comes with going back and saying, come with me. Love never fails still. This is a new world. And so yesterday I got on Truth Social because that is extremely MAGA, extremely evangelical, extremely cultish in the Christian world. Republicans, the right side. A day or two ago in video, I called for the removal of both parties. So do you see my progressivism? That I know is not ever going to be reality in this day and age, perhaps. We've seen a lot of beautiful things happen for everyone. But if I am going to love my neighbor as myself, if I'm going to live the reality of my own testimony, because I have seen the Lord in real life, then I am going to do things of an evangelistic nature, but require everybody to understand I'm a pagan, I'm an agnostic. I walk into the actual church buildings and I'm an atheist. I do not believe or live in your old dogma. And I've got the scars in my life to prove it. My life runs parallel to you for certain, but whether or not you accept me is your business. And I have some people in my life who still have not accepted me. So that's in my business if it's around me and in my aura. for years, I had to leave or be bullied. I'm in a shift. I'm in my closet. This is my father's drafting board. My kitty is still here. And since I said, you know, I need to use this tea set. I've been so busy I haven't used it. So guess who's going to take the big teapot and decorate in my little area where I do tea and use it today? I needed to read this piece that, okay, so I will close with an in real life showing you all the artwork I'm dealing with, okay, as I begin to read. Let me get up. Now I want you to understand, I'm 57. I have chronic pain issues. Yes, I am in chronic pain that I have ignored for years doing the work of the ministry. I am definitely not the only person that does that. Here's where the problem is. Other Christians who are Republicans have done that for years as well. But the thing is that their politics is fascism, and they have been hoodwinked, and they are angry. They are deeply angry. Now, I already rang my bell and lit some incense, and so you're going to see, this is the Mandela that is being born today. See all the music that goes into it? This video is going with the philosophy of freedom, knowledge of the higher worlds and its attainment, and calendar of the soul, the year participated by Rudolf Steiner. And see, I just read John 14, 1 through 3. I am not going to read this. This is the rich young ruler. Do you see? But I will put John 14 on here as well. I have already released one YouTube that's not going anywhere but on YouTube. And I pulled in even more music, okay? So you're going to hear me and watch me. This is like 2 or 3 different blog articles. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to say, I love you, whomever you are. I got on Truth Social because you are my enemy on Truth Social. You're still allowing a criminal to speak, and that criminal and his family is named Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump. No, they shouldn't be allowed to speak at all, anywhere, with that father as criminal as he is. But this is the world we live in. So you're going to get my world that I live in as much in Texas, the red state Texas, as much as they're giving you their world and all their supposed billionaire glory. And the ones we hail are the worst of all. I want to hide the truth. I want to shelter you. And instead, I'm going to read some runes. I'm going to finish some artwork. I'm going to produce 2 to 3 blog articles. And I'm hoping to clean the carpets in my office today. And I'm hungry right now. So maybe I'll go to a park or something with a little something to eat and finish my rain work. I don't know. The weather's nice. It's not hot. And that's a blessing for me. And I'm in an autumn phase. So that is so lovely. It's so wonderful that maybe I can have a little outing outdoors today. And I haven't been able to do that for months, particularly with my pain issues, because we got COVID December of last year. And that was my second time. And the vaccinations, I'm thankful that I got them, but they did produce some issues in my joints. And I have my family doctor has confirmed, yes, I'm having patients with that issue. So do you see how it goes? There is something that I want to tell you. This is something that I know to be true, but I also have quoted someone. It's T.S. Eliot, whose book is right here. I am going through the 4 quartets right now. Okay, there's T.S. Eliot. So I'll close with that since I've already rung the bell. But so I'll bring you back to a piece of art that I think may already be on the internet. Maybe not. I'll close with T.S. Eliot, who is very wise indeed. In my beginning is my end. The only wisdom we can hope to acquire is the wisdom of humility. Humility is endless. That is East Coker by T.S. Eliot. And the secondary, because if you're humble, you will choose gratefulness. And believe me, in this day and age with all the political wrangling going on, gratefulness is a choice by middle-class America. Let me say that again. Gratefulness is a choice, a humble choice in middle-class America. If the Republican Party and the evangelical churches and all the little churches out there with all your little dogmas that are going to be, that the king is here. He's already said this needs to pass away in a whole bunch of ways for quite a long time. So, I'm dealing with an evolved state, but coming back into your wilderness and saying, you're going to learn humility, whether you like that or not, is none of my business, middle class America. Small a. But, and if you're going to stay the Republican Party, you're going to need to clean out the temple just like Jesus did in his day. And how you're going to do that is not any of my business, because what you're going to have to realize is he'll send me back in. And I will be a dragon. And you won't survive too well as far as numbers of people, which you're already dealing with that. You're already dealing with that. He's having mercy on you and on me to pull me back right now. None of your business, the time frame, but it's 2 to 5 years. I can't see past that because he makes sure I don't see past that. I'm going to continue to be busy, is all I know. So that's kind of serious, bitches, in Christianity and Catholicism. That's kind of serious. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered No More.